Okay, so a new Record of Ragnarok chapter came out like two or so days ago, and to be completely honest, that fight was very interesting. Now, I feel like I should make a completely separate video just talking about my thoughts on that fight, but I feel like I will eventually make that video, but I don't think I will give too much of my opinions in this video. All I'm gonna say is I don't think Buddha should have won that fight. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, I know there's gonna be immediately people that are gonna dislike this video, and to be completely honest, sure, go ahead, do whatever you have to do, but I'm not gonna change my opinion just because the masses think otherwise, because I genuinely think it's either Buddha should have lost or it was gonna be a draw. Even a draw was kind of stretching it, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, that's for a completely different video. As you can tell by the title, in this video we're going to be talking about obviously the stuff that happened in chapter 52 and 53, but we're also going to talk about how the events of chapter 54 might play out. Now, of course, as you can tell by the title again, I'm going to be talking about the new fighters that may be fighting in round 7 of Record of Ragnarok. Now, of course, before we get into the video, make sure you leave a like on the video, because to be completely honest, I fairly post quite a bit of Record of Ragnarok content. Now, of course, I post other series, but Record of Ragnarok is a regular series that I do cover on the channel. So if you like Record of Ragnarok, then I suggest you subscribe to the channel. But apart from that, let's just get into the damn video. Now, obviously, I don't want to kind of go over chapter 52 and 53 too much. I don't want to make this video too long, but of course we all know what happened. Buddha did win against Hajun, and he did kind of get a bit of an arse pull. Like, he did get a he got a random volant out of nowhere. I mean, come on, it was a pretty cool scene, and I was happy for Buddha. I'm pretty sure everybody wanted Buddha to win, but I feel like they could have went about it in a I guess in a more realistic way. I mean, it is a fighting battle manga that is made with gods facing against humans. It's not really realistic anyway, but I just thought they could have went about it a tiny bit better. But I'm not the author of Record of Ragnarok, so it's not like I can change anything. But I feel like, yeah, Buddha versus Hajun was a very interesting fight. I feel like it's not my favorite, but I don't think it's the worst either. I think it's kind of just in the middle, because I really do like Buddha's character. Like, he's a pretty cool guy. I mean, he is kind of probably a fan favorite right now, because Buddha is overall just one of he's a character that you can easily like. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's someone that everybody in the Record of Ragnarok fandom likes. But of course, you know what happened in this chapter. Hajun started to get a bit scared, and he started to show kind of signs of that he was going to lose. Once Hajun started getting scared in this fight, I immediately knew that Buddha was going to win. Like, it was kind of a sixth sense in my head. I've read a lot of manga, and I know when this kind of stuff happens, it's kind of implying that, yeah, that this guy probably isn't gonna win. But I mean, I'm still happy Buddha won. I mean, it was a pretty good fight overall, but there was a big twist near the end, and I feel like, considering how much damage Buddha sustained or obtained in that fight, he probably shouldn't have won. But as again, I'm pretty happy Buddha won, but I feel like I would rate this fight like a 6 or 7 out of 10. I feel like there was pretty cool panels in overall, in the entire fight. There was some pretty good panels, but I feel like it was it was kind of just an okay fight. It was a decent fight, but I feel like, yeah, Buddha winning did kind of ruin it. It would have been a lot better if both of them died. I would have really liked to see that, but I know the fandom wouldn't like that. So moving on, let's just talk about the possible fighters that could fight in the next round of Ragnarok, or more specifically in chapter 54. Now, according to the fights list, apparently there is only 8 matches left, or 8 fights left. Now, since Buddha did fight against Hajun, I'm not too sure if that fight is going to count, or maybe they're going to have to replace Buddha on the list for another god. And I feel like this plays into my theory about Hades actually fighting in Ragnarok, because according to the list, Hades actually isn't there, but I feel like Hades is probably going to fight, maybe, you know, one of the last people to fight. I mean, they wouldn't just introduce him if he wasn't going to fight, so I feel like it would only make sense for that to happen. Now, personally, I don't think Hades will fight in the next round, but I do think he's going to fight at some point in Ragnarok. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw someone like maybe a random god like Apollo just come in and fight, or, you know, I don't know, maybe even Odin or Beelzebub even. I feel like Beelzebub is actually a pretty good candidate because, you know, after what we've seen him do in, you know, in this round of Record of Ragnarok, in the previous round with Buddha and Hajun, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in and fights someone like, I don't know, Qin Shi Huang, because we've actually seen a picture of Qin Shi Huang in the series. And to be completely honest, I just wouldn't be surprised if we saw that fight happen. I mean, Qin Shi Huang, he does seem like he's going to fight in the next round because, I mean, we don't just see random competitors at random times. I mean, if a competitor is, you know, going to fight soon, I guess we would see them, but I'm not too sure if we would, I guess, get a full, you know, shots of Qin Shi Huang. I'm pretty sure this is a picture of, you know, someone from humanity, and according to the wiki, this is Qin Shi Huang. So I'm guessing he will be fighting in the next round, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's, you know, facing Loki or Beelzebub. Now, I'm not too sure what Qin Shi Huang's abilities are. I probably should do some research, and I'll probably do a video dedicated to this one character. I'll probably do some research on Beelzebub as well and make a separate video for him. But of course, I feel like Beelzebub's, I guess, abilities might, you know, center around, you know, maybe something to do with, I guess, I'm not even too sure. I'm not too sure what Beelzebub's background is, which is why I should do some research, because this video is just kind of my raw thoughts on the next chapter. And I mean, from what I've seen from Beelzebub so far, he does seem like kind of like a scientist or someone that likes to experiment. So maybe he might have some, I guess, some, you know, he might have experimented on himself and maybe, you know, have some amplified power, or maybe, you know, have some unorthodox abilities or whatever. Beelzebub is kind of a mystery right now in Record of Ragnarok. So, I mean, whatever comes next, I guess, because this next chapter I feel like will be very interesting in terms of, you know, introducing these new characters, these new fighters into the next round. But I feel like that's pretty much it for this video. I feel like this video is going to be kind of short. I'm not too long. I mean, I'm not too sure how, you know, how long I've recorded this for, but I'm pretty sure it's not too long compared to my other videos. But of course, if you like the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and tell me what you think in the comments will happen in the next chapter, some of the new fighters that could come in and fight. Personally, I feel like it's between Loki and Beelzebub and Qin Shi Huang that will fight in the next round. And obviously I think Hades might, you know, fight later on in Ragnarok. And I feel like Hades might fight later on in Ragnarok, but of course that's not confirmed. But I feel like it's very likely, or at least there's a very slim chance of it not happening. But of course, if you like the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And apart from that, I'll see you in my next video.